Hello, Kapitan English here. Today we have an article from IELTS preparation number 8 book, and we're going to read about biological control of pests. You may ask, what is this pest? So pest is a destructive insect or other animal that attacks crops, food, livestock. Yeah, so biological control of these destructive insects, that's all going to be about. Let's jump into the article. Okay, so let's read. The continuous and reckless use of synthetic chemicals for the control of pests which pose a threat to agricultural crops and human health is proving to be counterproductive. Okay, so we have some words to check. So wait me a sec. Okay, so the word
reckless.
Reckless means heedless of danger or the consequences of one's actions, rash or impetus. So rash, careless, thoughtless, yeah, heedless, over hasty. This is the meaning. Okay, let's go back to an article. Reckless use of synthetic chemicals for the control of pests. Okay, maybe we have something in English. Proving to be counterproductive. Yeah, counterproductive, which means that what? Counterproductive. Yes, counterproductive means having
counterproductive.
Yeah, having the opposite of desired effect. That's when something is counterproductive. Dobrze, I think everything is clear. Apart from engendering widespread ecological disorders, pesticides have contributed to the emergence of a new breed of chemical-resistant, highly lethal superbugs. Yeah, so we have some words to check. Maybe, okay, I have already checked it. Lethal, sufficient to cause death. Yeah. Engendering, causing. Yeah. Here we go.
Engender.
Engender, cause or give rise to a feeling, a situation or condition. Yeah. Cause, be the cause of, give rise to, bring about, produce, create. Okay. Okay, so that's all. According to a recent study by the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, more than 300 species of agricultural pests have developed resistance to a wide range of potent chemicals. Okay, if something is potent means having great power, influence or effect. Yeah, powerful, strong, vigorous, mighty. Okay, formidable. Here we go. Chemicals. Not to be left behind are the disease-spreading pests, about 100 species of which have become immune to a variety of insecticides now in use. Okay, insecticide. Oh, I think I get this the spelling wrong. Anyway, insecticide. Once again, insecticide. Yes, a substance used for killing insects. Yeah, here it is. Okay, let's go back. Now in use. Okay. One glaring disadvantage of pesticides application is that while destroying harmful pests, They also wipe out many useful non-targeted organisms, which keep the growth of the pest population in check. Glaring means
Glaring.
giving out or reflecting a strong or dazzling light, first meaning. Second, staring fiercely or fixedly, highly obvious or conspicuous. Yes, conspicuous, clearly visible. So here we have one glaring, I would say, this is the meaning we need here, clearly, clearly visible. Here we go. Disadvantage is blah, blah. Also wipe out. What do you do if you wipe out? You eliminate something completely. Yes, here we go. Oh, sorry. Wipe out. Yes, okay, wipe out. I'm gonna write it here. Here we go. This is about this one. Non-targeted organism. Okay, that's easy. This results in what agroecologists call the treadmill syndrome. Interesting, okay? Because of their chemicals, because of the tremendous breeding potential and genetic diversity, many pests are known to withstand synthetic chemicals and bear offspring with a built-in resistance to pesticides. What a horrible news. Okay, treadmill syndrome. Wait a second. Okay, treadmill syndrome is a psychological term referring to the feeling of being on a metaphorical treadmill where you work hard but feel like you're making no progress in life. So this is about psychology, but what in agriculture? How would be in agriculture? Okay, so the pesticide treadmill can also be called the pesticide trap. This occurs when farmers must use pesticides because they have been used so frequently in the past that they become an indispensable part of the agricultural cycle. When one pesticide is outlawed or no longer effective, another pesticide takes in place. So this is the whole idea behind the treadmill, the pesticide treadmill. Okay, let's go back to the article. Here we go. Tremendous breeding potential, genetic diversity, withstand, okay, means remain undamaged or unaffected by resist, okay? Withstand means to resist. Okay, cool. I think we can carry on. The havoc means widespread destruction. The havoc that the treadmill syndrome can bring about is well illustrated by what happened to cotton farmers in Central America. In the early 1940s, basking in the glory of chemical-based intensive agriculture, the farmers avidly, means with great interest or enthusiasm, took to pesticides as a sure measure to boost crop yield. This is important here. I'm just gonna put X, please. We're gonna come back to the sentence when we're gonna do the exercises in the end of this reading. Okay, maybe I'm gonna put it like that. The insecticide was applied 8 times a year in the mid-1940s, rising to 28 in a season in the mid-1950s, following the sudden proliferation of 3 new varieties of chemical-resistant pests. Sudden proliferation, rapid reproduction. So, okay, we need to just check this: basking in the glory of chemical-based So wait a second. Okay, so basking in a glory means to openly enjoy and take pleasure in the fame, praise, admiration, or success you have achieved. It's often used to describe taking a moment to savor a success, like a championship win or a job well done. Yes. So what can you do? You can we know this phrase, basking in the sun. Yeah. So you try to, it's like a figurative way to describe success and admiration instead. So basking in general means bask, lie exposed to warmth and light, typically from the sun, for relaxation and pleasure. Yeah, so basically here we have some kind of metaphor here. Okay, I'm gonna add it into our lovely, oh, there's not much room. Maybe here, okay. Maybe here, okay. This is the meaning. Okay, I'm gonna share the article again. Here we go. Okay, basking in, yes, lie exposed to warmth and light. Cool, let's carry on. By the mid-1960s, the situation took an alarming turn with the outbreak of 4 more new pests. Okay, that's a nice word, necessitating pesticide spraying to such an extent that 50% of the financial outlay expenditure on cotton production was accounted for by pesticides. In the early 1970s, the spraying frequently reached 70 times a season as the farmers were pushed to the wall by the invasion of genetically stronger insect species. We have new pest necessitating. Yes, we know the word necessity. Necessitating. Yes, necessitate. Yes, make something necessary as a result or consequence. Yeah, necessitating. Here we go. Okay. Yes, this is the meaning here. Okay, push to the wall, I think we understand it. It's quite clear. Most of the pesticides in the market today remain inadequately tested for properties that cause cancer and mutations, as well as for other adverse effects on health, says a study by United States environmental agencies. The United States National Resource Defense Council, NASVA, it couldn't be longer name, yes? That found that DDT was the most popular of a long list of dangerous chemicals in use. Now, let's maybe jump for a second. DDT. What was this DDT? It was synthetic insecticide in the mid-20th century for disease control and agriculture, but it is now banned in many countries due to its environmental and health risk. It is a persistent organic pollutant that is toxic to aquatic life, accumulates in the fatty tissues of animals, and moves up the food chain, harming wildlife and potentially causing health issues in humans, such as nervous system damage, reproductive problems, and increased cancer risk. Lovely. And what about this DDT? It was extensively used after 1940s. Yeah, the initial use was to control malaria and typhus and protect crops. But the end of the story was dramatic, as we can see. Okay, let's go back to article. Was the most popular of a long list, yes. Dobrze. In the face of the escalating perils mean serious and immediate danger for indiscriminate applications of pesticides, a more effective and ecologically sound strategy of biological control involving the selective use of animal enemies of the pest population is fast gaining popularity, though as yet it is a new field with limited potential. So we know that this biological control is a new way, yeah? The advantage of biological control, in contrast to other methods, is that it provides a relatively low-cost, perpetual, means never-ending or changing, control system with a minimum of detrimental side effects. Detrimental side effect tending to cause harm, where when handled by experts, biocontrol is safe, non-polluting, and self-dispersing. Yes, if it's self-dispersing, it can distribute or spread over a wide area. Okay, so sounds great. Okay, sorry. The Commonwealth Institute of Biological Control, CIBC, in Bangalore, with its global network of research laboratories and field stations, is one of the most active non-commercial research agencies engaged in pest control by setting natural predators against parasites. What is a parasite? Parasite is an organism that lives on or in another organism, the host, and gets its food from it. Okay. Tea time. CIBC also serves as a clearing house for the export and import of biological agents for pests controlled worldwide. It's a clearing house. Okay, a clearing house. So it means it could be some kind of central agency for settling transactions, but we have it for what? For the export and import, yeah, for the export, yeah. So here it means what actually in agriculture. So it can refer to a commodity clearing house that handles financial transactions for agricultural products, virtual agricultural clearing house that connects buyers and sellers, government support exchange system. I'm not sure it's actually the definition we need. Non-commercial research. No. Also serves a CIBC. Let me check. CIBC, yes. So, okay, actually it is. Anyway, let's carry on. Dobrze. CIBC successfully used as seed feeding. Okay, we will, let me check this one. It was some kind of small insect, a small beetle. Yeah, so that was weevil. It's a small beetle with an it's not that important. Anyway, it's a small insect that damages stored grain. That's important, yes. They use this small beetle, native to Mexico, to control the obnoxious, means extremely unpleasant, Parthenium weed. Okay, this is another name for some weed. You don't need this in your life unless you're really into agriculture. Some kind of weed known to exert devious influence on agriculture and human health in both India and Australia. Exert, bring to bear, devious, showing a skillful use of underhand tactics to achieve goals. Yeah, devious influence. Exert devious influence. Yeah, so okay. Similarly, the oh my gosh, it's somewhere based regional research laboratory supported by CABC is now trying out an Argentina weevil for the eradication of water hyacinths. Eradication means the complete destruction of something. Water, let's check this one. Hyacinth. Water. So this is some kind of flower. Free-floating tropical American water plant. What we need?
Water hyacinth.
Okay, water hyacinth. Hyacinths, we know hyacinths in Poland, they are not water plants, or maybe I'm not familiar with them. Anyway, it's some kind of...
Water hyacinth.
It's a hyacinth. It's a water plant. Okay, hyacinth. Where can I put it? Maybe here. Yes, water hyacinth. Another dangerous weed. Oh, it's a weed. Oh. Which has become a nuisance in many parts of the world. According to Mr. Kaiser Jamil of RRL, the Argentinian weevil does not attack any other plant, and a pair of adult bugs could destroy the weed in 4 days. CABC is also perfecting the technique for breeding parasites that prey on these are pen scale insects, notorious defoliants of fruits trees in the USA and India. Defoliants, it's about a chemical that removes the leaves from trees and plants used in warfare. Okay, this defoliants, as far as I remember, they were used in Vietnam War. Let me check. Yes, this is very true. So infamous Agent Orange is a chemical herbicide and defoliant. Yes. One of the tactical uses of rainbow herbicides. It was used by the US military as part of herbicidal warfare program during the Vietnam War from 1962 to 71. US was strongly influenced by the British, who used Agent Orange during the Malaysian emergency. It is a mixture of equal parts of 2 herbicides. Okay, so what was it? So this Agent Orange was produced in the United States, but they also sprayed along railroads and power lines to control undergrowth in forests. And during the Vietnam War, military procured over 20 million US gallons. Anyway, we see that was extensively used, during the Vietnam War, and 3 million people have suffered illness because of Agent Orange. Whereas the Vietnamese Red Cross estimates that up to 1 million people were disabled or have health problems as a result of exposure to Agent Orange. And what do you still think? What's your opinion of United States of America? Okay. Anyway, let's go back to our reading. Now we understand this. What defoliants? Disapen scale insects. That's the one more to check. How to read it? I'm gonna check. Okay, so no. Anyway, I see this is quite tricky word, but I don't have time for it. How effectively biological control can be pressed into service is provided by the following examples. In the late 1960s, when Sri Lanka's flourishing coconut groves, means a coconut tree, were plagued by leaf mining leaf mining hispides? Let me check. Hispid. What? This is some kind of it's another plant. A larval parasite imported from Singapore brought the pest under control. Okay, I was wrong. I mean, I was partly wrong, partly right. So this leaf mining means a feeding behavior by the larvae of various insects, including flies, moths, sawflies, beetles, which tunnel through and eat the inner tissue of leaves. This creates visible patterns such as winding serpentine trails or irregular bluff lines on the foliage. Okay, so this is kind of feeding behavior. And now this, what? Hispidae, it's just a larva. It's some kind of insect, yeah? A larval parasite, exactly, a larval parasite. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Here we go, yes. A natural predator indigenous to India, Neodumentia sanguina, was found useful in controlling the Rhodes grass scale insect that was devouring forage grass in many parts of the US. Okay, let's go back to an article. Okay, where are we? I'm a little bit lost now. Yes, grass scale insect that was devouring forage grass in many parts of the US. Forage, food such as grass or hay for horses and cattle, yeah? Devouring, eating food or prey hungrily or quickly. So this insect was eating hungrily this grass, this kind of hay, yeah, for cattle in many parts of the US. By using Neocatina brucci, a beetle native to Brazil, scientists at the Brazil freed a 12-kilometer-long canal from the clutches of this weed Salvina molesta, particularly called African pale in Kerala. About 3,000 hectares of rice fields in Kerala were infested by this weed. If you're infested of, it means insects or animals are present somewhere in large numbers, typically so as to cause damage or disease. Okay, now, out of words. Now, we have some questions. What I'm gonna do, maybe I'm not gonna give you the answers, or maybe I will, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so we have these questions. The use of pesticides was contributed to a change in the way ecologies are classified by agroecologists, an imbalance in many ecologies around the world, the prevention of ecological disasters in some parts of the world, an increase in the range of ecologies which can be usefully farmed. Yeah, let's think which one might be right. The use of pesticides has contributed to. Is it about imbalance in many ecologies? A change in way the ecologies are classified? The prevention of ecological disasters in some parts of the world? An increase in the range of ecologies which can be usefully farmed. What do you think? Which answer is correct? Okay. I decided not to give you the answers. We're just going to read questions and I'm waiting for your answers and comments. The Food and Agriculture Organization has counted more than 300 agricultural pests which are no longer responding to most pesticides in use. Yeah. Can be easily controlled through the use of pesticides. Continue to spread disease in a wide range of crops, may be used as a part of biocontrols replacements of pesticides. 16. Cotton farmers in Central America began to use pesticides, A, because of an intensive government advertising campaign, in response to the appearance of new varieties of pests, as a result of changes in the seasons and the climate, to ensure more cotton was harvested from each crop. 17. By the mid-1960s, cotton farmers in Central America found that pesticides were wiping out 50% of the pests plaguing the crops, were destroying 50% of the crops they were meant to protect, were causing a 50% increase in the number of new pests reported, were costing 50% of the total amount they spent on their crops. So I'm not gonna provide answers in this video. Maybe I'm gonna record another video with the answers. So I hope you enjoy all reading. It was very specific topic, very hard, very like, you know, biotechnological vocabulary was here. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. See you next time. Bye.